second semi-final coming up, and it's the Irish pairing of Josh and Sam Magee up against Ivanov and Sozonov, the European champions. Vladimir Ivanov and Ivan Sozonov, who are certainly going to be a big challenge for the Irish pairing. The Magee brothers, the only non-seeds to get through to the semi-finals in the men's or women's doubles. They beat Diericks and Galinsky yesterday in tremendous style. And the world number 92, who are pairing from Ireland, just making their way in the game. It's very early days, of course. They have really performed well here, but they've got a major challenge. The European champions in blue from Russia, world ranked number 11.
On my right, Sam Magee, Joshua Magee, Ireland. And on my left, Vladimir Ivanov, Ivan Sozonov, Russian Federation. Sam Magee serves to Vladimir Ivanov. Love all. Play.
Gunars Lusveris of Latvia gets us underway here. The Russians not dropped a game so far in this competition. Have looked very, very solid indeed. They are the big favourites in this match against the Irish brothers, 25 and 20 years old. Sam Magee, 25, Josh Magee, 20. Both 5'11". Oh. Well, a good start from the Russians here. Russians have got a big pairing. Sozonov is 6 foot tall, 25 years old. Ivanov is 6'6". You can see he's an absolute giant on that side of the net. 27 years old. Of course, Chloe Magee is here as well, playing in the mixed doubles. Qualified for the knockout stage with Sam. And if that's not enough, one of the coaches in the corner, the younger coach, is actually Dan Magee, the older brother, who's played a lot and has played lots of singles with, against Sam. Magee family. Of course, Samuel Magee, Senior, the father. What a great family of badminton experts he's put together. 4 kids, all delivering at the very top level. That one was just out. Maybe that's another time they may have challenged that, but what a start for Russia here. This is 6-0. The flag's starting to fly already. Magee's certainly performed above expectations in their quarter-final, but it's fair to say they are playing a pairing here who are at a higher level, no doubt, and already the speed at which they're hitting the shots, they're hitting them early. And Magee's just looking a little bit phased here early on in his first game.
Well,
that will do confidence a little bit of good here. Just to get a point on the board and get started. Push Magee to serve.
Serves over.
And in the end, serves short. Josh Magee also plays a little bit of singles. He's ranked 314 in the world, doesn't play a lot.
9-1.
Apology from the Russians as well. They're even getting the net breaks. Everything's going their way at the moment. Nothing you can do about that. And what a start here for Russia. Oh my goodness.
10-1.
Well, the Russians are certainly expected to get through to the final. They beat the world number 2s, Mogensen and Bowie, who've already qualified for the final. Well, they beat them in the European Championship semi-final. As they move through to the final, they actually beat another Danish pair of Conrad Petersen and Holding in the final. Beat Bowie and Mogensen 2-1 in the semi-final. So this pairing, although they're ranked number 11 in the world, as good as anybody. And that was lovely shot there from Ivanov. And what a start for Russia here, 11-2. And, well, I'm just looking at, there's only about 4 minutes on the clock. This has happened in double quick time.
Doing the same thing, challenge on the net and push past. Josh, they're really important that with Sozonov, we're not challenging him on the net, you push it past. Just push past down the line. And then our return of Sayers, we have to go down the middle of us. We're going down out the sides. We have to make sure we go straight down the middle. We're challenging not the front. At the minute, we're just trying to challenge the wrong guy when he comes forward. We have to go past him. And then especially
And Magee in the left there with the notepad. Doing quite a lot of talking there.
11-2.
The trouble is, the pace that this game has been played at.
Let.
That called. Play that point again.
11-2. Play.
Yes, the umpire has to say play before you serve. But yeah, they're just hitting the shuttle so quickly, so directly. The Magees are just not able to settle. It's as if they're just playing at pace that's just 10% higher than the Magees are used to. This is good though. They're getting a rally in here, and they'll be happier there. They lost a point. This game's probably gone. With the score at 13-2, you can be pretty much sure that the game is over. The Magees will try and use the rest of this to try and rally and just get some points on the board, and hopefully use that to build a bit of confidence in game two. I don't know what the Russian coach said during the break, but probably not a lot.
14-2.
That doesn't start well when Josh Magee there just puts the service into net. That almost indicates the amount of pressure that they're under here. They're just trying to do everything a little bit tighter than they normally would.
15-2.
The Russians, I've got to say, are looking absolutely so smooth. This pairing are going to be a match for world number 2 in the final if they get there. Mistake from Ivanov. Good idea, they're just taking their time.
Hey guys.
Just trying to slow things down.
Ivanov.
This is better. And although Ireland lose a point, I think that's the first time in the match where the Russians have actually been moved around seriously on court, and we've had to see them go backwards and forwards, dig a couple out from the front of the net. Just not been doing any of that at the moment. It's just been one-way traffic. Good play. Well, another point to Russia, but again, the Magees at least are rallying, and they're involved in the points, which certainly for the first 10 or 11 was never the case. At least they're rallying. Josh Magee puts it into the net. Changes racket. I think he got a bust string there. Yep. Throws it back to his coach.
Yeah, please.
Well, what a start for Ivanov and Sozonov here. I think they wouldn't have expected this in their wildest dreams to 18-3 up. Really come out all guns blazing. They know that they're favourites for the final, and they're going to have to really play well there. And if they play like this, we're going to have one major final on our hands. Of course, they have to get through there, and at the moment, the Magee brothers just looking a little bit all lost.
20, game point 3.
20 points to 3. multiple game points here for the Russians.
Service over.
And Josh Magee puts in the smash from the back of the court. Now that's their style that they like. Josh Magee does a lot of work at the back. Ivanov goes wide, so
20.
2 points for the Magees. They will be happy for the last 7 or 8 points. They have seriously rallied with their opponents, and they'll use that in the second game. It's only a matter of time before the Russians will win this first game. In fact, there it goes.
Game.
The smash from Ivanov. And the Russians haven't really moved out of first gear here at the Baku Sports Hall.
21-5.
And they've won the first game pretty comprehensively. Ivanov, we've hardly seen him have to do that. They've really just playing in first gear at the moment, the Russian pairing. You just feel that the Magees have just moved up to a level where they're just clinging on. They've done brilliantly to get to this semi-final. Maybe they've just gone a step too far.
С самого начала, чтобы не дать им там почувствовать, что они что-то там могут делать, да? Давай.
I'm sure the Russian coach, my Russian is not what it used to be, but I'm sure the Russian coach is just really saying, look, you know, expect the Magees to come out a little bit firing in this second game. They've got used to the pace of the match now. Certainly will quote cold during that first game. There's no doubt about that. Just looking at the score, it was 7-0, remember, and 15-2. So if anything, the Magees will be happy they won 3 of the last 7 points, so they kept close.
20 seconds.
Chloe Magee in the stands there. I'm not actually aware if Samuel Magee, their father's actually here, but to be honest, if you've got your 4 kids involved, I'm pretty sure he would be. Maybe he's watching back home in Ireland. Here we go, second game. Oh, that was close, but called out. It was quite a late call. Magees are not going to go for the challenge on that one. They've accepted it. Well, this is better. Josh Magee and Sam Magee starting to get into some of their moves here. And again, rallying with the Russians and starting to win points. Good play. Even Sozonov there. Very sharp. A left-handed player. Fast he is. That was like a racket movement there. 2 very, very good players here. And again, Sozonov. Sozonov sizzles, I was going to say. I did say it, I suppose. But that really was very fast racket head movement. Well, he's 6 foot tall. In some pairings, he'd be the big man. But when you've got somebody who's 6'6" with you, he's going to be an absolute monster at the back of the net, smashing those down. This is good play from the Magees out. They got Sozonov on the defence. Joss hits the big ones from the back, and that's good enough. And the Magees rallying here, and Sozonov just looks over the net. And a sort of, yes. You think that hurt me? I don't know. They're very confident, this Russian pair, and of course you would be. Had some great results. Oh, that's a lovely touch from Sozonov there. The Magees went for the long serve. It's got to be very long when you've got a 6'6" player on the other side of the net. And you turn that with plenty of action on it. Oh, lovely. Great play from Ireland there. There's no doubt that they've stepped it up a little bit now. It all happened towards the end of the first game, and they've carried it on here into the second. Russia lead 4-3, but this is certainly, they're in much more of a game now. Trouble is, do the Russians have another gear as well? Oh, just out there from Josh Magee. He practices that shot again. Can't afford to make mistakes like that. Another error from Sam Magee this time. Irish pairing have to cut the mistakes out.
7-3.
Well, that's 3 points from errors. Sozonov just very sharp at the front of the net. And he's almost returning it so quickly, you feel that Geese are just not ready for that. That's been called in.
Sam Magee, Josh Magee challenge.
And they're challenging this. Well, let's have a look at the TV replay first. It's the computer replay that decides. Will we see this? Oh, I think that could have been out. This could be an excellent call, and it was out.
Correction, out.
So a great challenge from the McGees, and they will take that point. So instead of it being 8-3, it's now 4-7. Much tighter match. Just McGee's just made a few too many errors so far. They need to cut those out.
5-7.
Ivanov wanted to really be all over that serve, but he ended up putting it into the net. 5-7.
Service over. 8-5.
Sam Magee not happy here because he doesn't believe there was a call of out.
8-5. Play.
Well, point back to Ireland. I think Ireland feel that definitely on the wrong end of a little bit of injustice there.
Service over. 9.
Even Sozonov is an incredible doubles player. You just cannot give him a shuttle at the front of the net because he's so fast, so alert. The reflexes on this man is almost impossible to play against. There's a massive hit from Ivanov at the back of the court. If you were almost to design a men's doubles pairing, the Russian pairing would be almost an ideal. Somebody with amazing reflexes at the front, and then a big guy at the back ready to do the smashing. You've got everything covered. Service fault called against Sozonov.
7-10.
Gilles Cavert of France, our service judge. What's happening here?
7-10.
No, we're carrying on. He's just checking where the players were. Thought for a second that the player asked the referee to be called. They can't do that, only the umpire can. There's a big hit from Sozonov.
11-7 interval.
Well, 11-7 here in this second game. The Irish pairing of Josh and Sam Magee certainly putting more pressure on the Russians, but these pairing in blue are just such a class act. You almost have to play perfect badminton to try and beat them. One loose shot,
Because he always did this good return onto the
and you're punished.
Better return a serve now, Josh, onto the net. You know, Sam keep drifting away from the net so you can find more shuttle, you know. But Josh, careful, always hitting down the line into the backhand. And I would take him even off the attack.
Well, that's really interesting from Dan Magee there. You've got to attack Ivanov. I think they've recognised the same thing I did, that Sozonov is just so in the zone at the moment that it's Ivanov you need to attack, and try and attack him on his backhand.
12-7.
Again, another point won by the speed of Ivan Sozonov, the shorter of the two athletes in blue. Well, they tried Ivanov on the backhand corner. He actually went around it and smashed on the forehand. Possibly he's a player that they've highlighted is not comfortable playing the backhand. Maybe there is a bit of chink in the armour. Trouble is, Russia have a 13-7 lead here. Oh, such good play from the Russians. Always attacking. Just a little bit of sweat on court here. You see, that was a lovely little shot from Ivanov there. And, you know, I don't think that wasn't bad play from the Magee brothers. But the Russians are just always, look at that brilliant dig from Ivanov to stay in the rally. And then suddenly within 2 or 3 shots, bang, bang, bang. Bish, bash, bosh. Another point for Russia. Those are the errors. Just too many points there. Just gone into the net.
Serves over, 8-15.
Error off the Sozonov racket. Put that in a collector's edition. Look at how fast he's on the serve. The server manages to get it back and he's already smashed it away. He has been the outstanding player in this match. Oh, just a little flick off the net. Apology from Sozonov there. The writing is on the wall here for Russia. They're just collecting points comfortably. There you see, just a touch off the top of the net. An apology from Sozonov. What a player this man is.
18-8.
Second game. 10 minutes long. Oh, what reflexes again. I'm sure Magee will watch this match over and over again. There's the serve. Return just a fraction high. And yeah, you just can't play. Not just a loose shot, just a half loose shot. Sozonov will put them away. That's a beautiful shot from Josh Magee, though. Lovely angle on the backhand. But the Russians have the air of confidence about them, and I think, looking at the scoreboard, they're 2 points away from booking a final place against the world number 2s.
Service hold call. Service over. Set. Match point 9.
Well, Sam Magee just trying to make a procedural point there, but multiple match points here for the Russian pairing, who have been absolutely incredible. And that's in, and the match is over. What a performance here from the European champions, Vladimir Ivanov and Ivan Sozonov.
Thank you.
And the whole crowd just applaud because they just realized they have seen an absolute masterclass here from the Russian pairing.
Ivan Sozonov,
And they'll progress through to the final against the world number 2s, Mogensen and Bowie. The Russian flag is flying. Will it be flying in the final tomorrow? What a great performance here. Sam and Josh Magee, they can learn a lot here. They're going to walk away with a bronze medal. They've had a tremendous performance, well above expectations, well above their seedings. But today, they were simply outclassed by a superb team here from Russia. These two are on fire at the moment. Ivanov and Sozonov make it through to the final. 21-5, 21-9. The match 21 minutes long.